I was standing in the foyer of the house I'd bled for, marble under my shoes, silence in the walls, my father's name flashing on my phone like a warning light I'd ignored for years. "We need to talk about the house," he said, already angry. I didn't answer. I was watching the security feed on my phone, paused on a frame of a woman laughing on a stage a decade ago, her hand still pointing at me as the crowd howled. My humiliation, her prank, viral before viral had a name. She'd stripped me down in public and called it comedy. I disappeared the next morning. Now I owned the kind of house people whisper about, and my father was yelling because he still thought houses were about walls, not leverage. I told him calmly, "It's not your concern." He went quiet. So did my hands, because another notification slid in beneath his name, her name, after 10 years of silence. "How'd you make it?" 2 questions. No apology, no memory, just curiosity, like I was a trick she couldn't solve. I stared at the screen, feeling the old heat try to rise. I didn't let it. I never let it anymore. Back then, I thought the prank was the betrayal. I was wrong. The prank was just the blade they used because it was shiny. She had rehearsed it for weeks. Fake affection, private promises, a public setup disguised as a celebration. Then the reveal, screens, laughter, strangers filming my face as it broke. What I didn't see yet were the smaller fractures, my father's absence that night, his insistence that I take it like a man, the way her friends already knew where to stand. I told myself it was just cruelty. That lie kept me alive. Years later, when I replayed it in my head, slow, surgical, I saw the coordination, the permissions, the money that changed hands, the contracts I didn't know existed, signed with my name misspelled. They hadn't just humiliated me, they'd monetized me. The realization didn't explode, it settled, cold, heavy. I left town without announcing it, changed numbers, took work no one wanted, learned how systems bend if you press in the right places. I didn't chase revenge, I chased comprehension, and comprehension led me back to her. I answered her message with nothing but a thumbs up. People confess when they think they're in control. She suggested coffee, public, safe. I watched instead. Her social media was a curated lie. Her business filings were sloppier. Her old collaborators, quietly resentful, unpaid, eager. Phone records don't lie, neither do archived contracts. The prank had been sponsored. My father had signed off as guardian long after I'd turned 18. I ran timelines, cross-checked dates, built a clean spine of truth while my face stayed neutral in meetings, my voice steady on calls. At night, alone in the house, I let myself feel it. The anger wasn't loud, it was precise. She kept messaging, compliments now, nostalgia, a hint of flirtation like the past was something we'd shared, not something she'd taken. I scheduled the meeting, not for closure, for symmetry. She didn't recognize the building until we were inside. Glass, steel, quiet power. Her smile faltered when she saw my name etched into the directory. "You work here?" she asked. I handed her a folder. No speech, no preface. She opened it. Sponsorship invoices, consent forms, a transcript of a call she swore never existed. My father's signature, clean and undeniable. Her hands started shaking halfway through. This can't be real." I watched her carefully, the way her eyes searched for a joke that wasn't coming. "It is," I said. That was all. Tears came fast, loud, public again, but this time there was no audience to save her. "Why are you showing me this now?" she whispered. I finally looked her in the eye. "You asked how I made it." She nodded, desperate. I leaned in just enough for her to hear me. 2 words, paper trails. Her face collapsed, not because of what I'd done, because she understood what I hadn't done yet. The lawsuits were filed that morning, sponsors notified, partners warned, my father removed from the board of a charity he liked to brag about. I didn't threaten her, I didn't have to. The truth was doing the work. She tried to follow me out. Apologies spilled everywhere, excuses dressed as explanations. I didn't slow down. Outside, the city moved like nothing had happened. That's how real endings work. Quiet, indifferent. I stood at the curb feeling nothing but balance. They thought disappearing had broken me. It taught me patience. I got into my car and drove back to the house my father thought he understood. Somewhere behind me, a woman learned what it feels like to be reduced to evidence. I don't hate her. I don't forgive her. I simply remember who I became when she laughed, and I never go back.